Okay, here's a big kicker with leadership. You got the peasant and you got the king. It's because when I typed in follower on Google, I couldn't find any image that had a follower that looked like a follower. And of course, the leader. Okay, the goal. What is the goal of every follower? And what I would like to go to is just a common person on the street. What is the goal in life? Like, what do you want? Man, you're good. Next. Was this posted? Okay, just making sure. Okay, the criteria for that happiness. What is the criteria for that happiness? What are we trying to do to get that happiness to come? The common person, the average person in life. What are you doing?
Money, working towards it.
Money? Work?
Yeah, it was posted. Just kidding.
Family, power, entertainment, right? All these things we feel are bringing us happiness, so we go after them. What does a common person do every day? What are their activities? They work? Do they exercise? Some. Do they sometimes read? Yeah. Do they take vacations? And they go through their day, right? They do all these little activities. They spend time with their family. Sometimes they have religious services on the weekends. Sometimes not. At the end of their life, when they look back at the end of their life, what do they see? What do they consider, this is what made my life worth it?
The family time.
Family? What else? Like at the end of your life, when you look at the end of your life, what do you want to see that, yeah, people are going to say that I lived the most amazing life?
Leave a legacy.
Say again?
If you leave a legacy.
Yeah, leaving a legacy, right? Doing something amazing. Having prestige. Next. Materials, family, prestige, awards, money, status, right? Let's go to the leader now. The goal of every leader is what?
Productivity.
No, it's actually happiness. Leaders want happiness too. However, what is the criteria for them to be happy?
To make an impact in the world.
They do, oftentimes leaders want to make an impact. But the biggest impact they feel they'll make is on who? No, on themselves. Because they realize they have how much influence and control over their followers. They realize they have none. So the only person they can really develop and really cause to improve is themselves. Now, if you watch a leader, has any of you guys had someone you look up to? That you think, okay, this will help me to pattern my life. What do you see them doing every day? Do they work?
Yes.
Do they spend time with their family? Yep. Do they exercise?
Yeah.
Vacation?
No. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they do everything the same, right? And what are their accomplishments? What do you see them to show for themselves? Well, it's really the same. But that is only from looking on the outside. But if you looked on the inside, they actually don't do everything. They actually only do a couple of things every day. And what do they do every day? They do the same thing. See, this is the idea of silos and lifting your head up out of the silo. When you go about every day, right? The common person is looking in the silo. Meaning, right now, what am I doing? Right now, I'm going to school. But later, I'm going to be what? Fiesting. Or, I don't know, whatever you guys do, right? Like studying. Then I'm going to spend time with my family or friends. Then I'm going to go exercise. Then here I'll take a vacation. It's a silo thinking. The leader realizes that no matter where they are, they're doing what? They're doing the same thing. When they work, it's another opportunity to do what? To learn about people, to learn about themselves and how they deal with people. When they exercise, it's to gain self-control over their body. When they spend time with their family, it's another opportunity to watch people, right? No matter where they are, they're always doing the same thing, and they always see the opportunity to develop themselves. Now, the impact that at the end of their life, Alice, the only thing they care about is what? Self-mastery. Or, you're right, happiness, because that's what leads to happiness, right? Now, this is a story of the American auto companies and who? And the Japanese auto companies. No, think about it. Okay. The Japanese auto companies, what was the main thing they cared about when creating their automobiles? Make them good. They cared about quality, right? If you spend every single waking moment of your life trying to improve yourself, how valuable are you going to be in the end? People will not have enough money to pay you for what you can do for them. When you focus on quality or on yourself, you develop actually something where you get more of this than anybody else, and you don't even care about it, right? But if you only care about the money, and you focus on just trying to sell, just trying to get in, what happens? You have no quality. And that's what happened to the American automobiles. They didn't focus on their quality. They were going after the money, right? They were trying to take the easy route. And they found out that they didn't have anything to sell. The leader is looking at improvement, and that's what makes them so valuable. Is anybody on one side? No, we're in between. How stable is a leader? Very stable. Why is a leader so stable? Because if you take away this guy's money at the end of their life, what happens to this guy's life? It's turned upside down. It sucks, right? If you take away his family, or he has a death in his family, or somebody or something happens where all of his prestige is gone, it flips his life. His life is dependent on what? Everything else. His environment. If you take away this guy's money, what happens to the leader?
He can find another job.
It doesn't matter. Go find another job. If he's homeless on the street, it doesn't even matter to him. Why? Because he's developing himself wherever he goes. Right? The leader is stable because what he cares about can never be taken away from him. Even if he's crippled, even if the worst of circumstances happen to him, he only looks at it as a way to improve himself even more. Right? This is the IMT, this is the alignment leadership philosophy. Is that to realize that there is no secret ingredient, it lies within you. And it doesn't matter if you come from the poorest, the richest, the most educated, the least educated, the most disruptive or the most peaceful environment, it doesn't matter. You actually have control.